Dibre, haYamim Aleph, chapter 17. And it came to be, when David was dwelling in his house, that David said to Nathan the prophet, See, I am dwelling in a house of cedar, but the ark of the covenant of Yahweh is under curtains. And Nathan said to David, Do all that is in your heart, for Elohim is with you. And it came to be that night that the word of Elohim came to Nathan, saying, Go, and you shall say to my servant David, Thus said Yahweh, You do not build me a house to dwell in, for I have not dwelt in a house since the time that I brought up Israel, even to this day, but have gone from tent to tent, and from one dwelling place to another. Wherever I have moved about with all Israel, have I ever spoken a word to any of the rulers of Israel, whom I commanded to shepherd my people, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? And now say this to my servant David, Thus said Yahweh of hosts, I took you from the sheepfold, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people Israel. And I have been with you wherever you have gone, and have cut off all your enemies from before you, and have made you a name like the name of the great men who are on the earth. And I shall prepare a place for my people Israel, and plant them, and they shall dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Nor shall the sons of wickedness oppress them any more, as at the first, since the time that I commanded rulers to be over my people Israel, and I have humbled all your enemies. And I declared to you that Yahweh does build you a house. And it shall be, when your days are filled, to go to be with your fathers, that I shall raise up your seed after you, who is of your sons, and I shall establish his reign. He does build me a house, and I shall establish his throne forever. I am to be his father, and he is to be my son. And my loving commitment I do not turn away from him, as I took it from him who was before you. And I shall establish him in my house and in my reign forever, and let his throne be established forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak to David. And sovereign David came in and sat before Yahweh, and said, Who am I, O Yahweh Elohim, and what is my house, that you have brought me this far? And this was a small matter in your eyes, O Elohim, but you have spoken of your servant's house for a great while to come, and have looked upon me as though I were an exalted man, O Yahweh Elohim. What more could David add to you for the esteem of your servant? For you know your servant. O Yahweh, for your servant's sake, and according to your own heart, you have done all this greatness in making known all these great matters. O Yahweh, there is none like you, nor is there any Elohim besides you, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And who is like your people Israel, the one nation on the earth whom Elohim went to redeem for himself as a people, to make for yourself a great and awesome name, by driving out nations from before your people, whom you redeemed from Mitzrayim? For you appointed your people Israel to be your own people forever, and you, Yahweh, have become their Elohim. And now, O Yahweh, the word which you have spoken concerning your servant, and concerning his house, let it stand fast forever, and do as you have said. So let it stand fast, and your name be great forever, saying, Yahweh of hosts, Elohim of Israel, is Elohim to Israel. And let the house of your servant David be established before you. For you, O my Elohim, have revealed to your servant to build a house for him. Therefore your servant has found courage to pray before you. And now, Yahweh, you are Elohim, and have promised this goodness to your servant. And now, you have been pleased to bless the house of your servant to be before you forever. For you have blessed it, O Yahweh, and it is blessed forever.